What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ron P, host with the Most Your Favorite Podcast host. Got a special guest joining me today. Y'all give it up for my player partner, HBK Boom.
Hey, what up?
Yeah, what's good, bro? Come on with the microphone.
Come closer?
Yeah.
Right here?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so what's going on, bro?
Shit, just grinding, working, bro.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. I was supposed to get you over here, man.
Yeah.
You be busy.
We both do.
Make sure before this video start, y'all hit that subscribe button. And if y'all want to listen to the audio of this, make sure you go over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Anchor. You can listen to this audio if you want to. So, yeah, man, like I said, I'm glad to have you on the show. I'm a fan of what you're doing.
Appreciate that.
You know what I'm saying? You're working. So, for the my first question is, the HBK, what do the HBK stand for?
HBK stand for his bitch no.
It's
To us. But, like, realistically, in real life, it's like I got that shit from wrestling. So
from wrestling.
yeah, Shawn Michaels, Heartbreak Kid.
Okay. So you're a wrestling head.
Yeah. I used to watch that shit when I was little. I mean, I was too young when it first aired and shit, but, like, I could go back and watch it. I remember they used to have, like, the VCRs and shit. Like, my grandma used to have
You old school. You used to watch them on the okay.
Yeah, my grandma used to have the VCRs and shit, so we just click that. I remember I used to watch WrestleMania 2000, like,
Old school.
from beginning to end. So it's like, that's just how I grew up.
So you grew up on wrestling, man.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
That's crazy. And then, okay, so obviously you in the music right now, but not only did you grow up on wrestling, you love basketball as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why you end up going into music if, you know what I'm saying, because you actually play for, you play college ball too, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so like, how'd you end up getting into music opposed to like just pursuing basketball full time?
Well, I think it kind of was like, all right, so I really didn't even go. I felt like when I got to middle school, I would have had to go to an inner city school to play at the high. You know, that's always been everybody. If you're from Saginaw, if you're really a Saginaw person, you want to go to the high.
Yep.
I know. Well, that was in my.
I went to the high, so yeah.
All right, so he understands.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
If you want to go to the high, you want to go to the high. So
Right.
It was like, I knew if I would have wanted to play at the high, I would have had to go to Central. So I went to Central 8th grade. I went to a prep school like 3rd to 7th. After that, I went to Central. After Central, I started playing at the high. But I ain't really started rapping till like, seriously, till like 10th grade when it got serious. When I dropped my first song that everybody was listening to. You feel me?
Yeah.
And 10th grade was when I got put on varsity. So it was like, I actually got moved up on varsity 9th grade in the playoffs. You know, that's big at the high. If you
Right.
get moved up in the playoffs, you're on the team the next year.
Yep.
So it's like, everything just happened at the same time almost. So I struggled on the court 10th grade. I'm like, fuck, I'm bullshitting. You feel me? But at the same time, I'm thriving in music. So I'm like, I either gotta figure this out or I gotta let one go. And I ain't wanna let neither one of them go. So I just.
So you just juggling both of them right now.
Yeah.
How hard is that though? Like how? Because you still gotta get out there on that court and practice, and you gotta put that work in.
No work in, like,
and the same thing with the music. So like, how do you juggle dealing with both of those?
Like I'm one of them people, like I can't sit still. So it's like if I'm sitting still for too long, I gotta find something to do.
Oh, so this is easy for you.
I wouldn't say it's easy. It have its days. You know, like some
Right.
days I just be like, fuck, I'm tired as fuck. I had practice today. I do not feel like recording. I don't feel like making no beat or something like that. But some days I'll be like, all right, I done had a good practice. I'm finna go record. I'm feeling good. So, it just depends on the day. I wouldn't say it's easy at all, but like, I done got it to a point where it's like.
To the point where it's like a routine now, you know what I'm saying?
It's a part of my life. It's how I live for real. A lot of people don't really understand that. Like, say, like you can ask him, say I wake up at 10, all right, I'm finna go hoop. I'll be hooping from like 12 to 3, and then after that, I go do what I'm gonna do. Go to the studio, record. I'll be in the studio all night. Wake up the next day, do the same thing again. Like I didn't train.
You start conditioning yourself for it. Yeah. So all right, man. Let's start back from the beginning. So where are you from?
In Saginaw?
No, I mean that's where you was born and raised.
Yeah, born and raised in Saginaw.
Born and raised. All right, so growing up in Saginaw is it's a whole different type of situation. You know what I'm saying? Like shit be crazy or whatever. How was you able to grow up in the city and still like be able to be focused and still go play ball at school and still do music, because like it's so easy to get distracted. So how was you able to stay focused and pursue what you wanted to do?
In my mind, I just look at it like I know my family behind me. So it's like, as long as I'm being productive, doing something right, they gonna be behind me. And then on top of that, it's like the music's so good to people. It's like my coaches know I rap. My athletic director at every school, like they know, like it'd be hard. I try to hide it as much as I can from them because of the shit I be talking about.
Right.
But I can't. Like it'd be hard. Like my coaches, like they know. Like so, it's like they know I rap. They know I'm doing shows. They know I'm doing they know what I'm doing on the court and off the court, and I'm productive in both. So they kind of like. All right.
I feel say so. Your coaches and all that, they support it because they like, or do they be like, get your head in the game, like?
I don't know. I can never really read it. I can say Coach Ju supported that shit at the highlight. We used to practice to my music, like.
Oh, okay.
Saturday morning practices. I remember. I never forget Coach Rob. If you watch this, Coach Rob, you know you used to spin that shit. You used to spin that. I did. Fuck. I think it was the original Philly Do Not Rush Me actually. And it was the half cover Philly, half cover me. We played that bitch top to bottom because I remixed Wicked on that bitch. I remember that shit. Practice to that bitch. We doing defensive slides to that bitch. I'm in the front like, all right, let's go, yo. We turning up to that shit. You feel me? But at Mott, Schmidt, it was kind of different. Like he knew, but he felt like it was distracting me. But I think around that time it kind of was though.
So do you feel like, because you've been doing this for a while now, you've been doing the music for a while, you've been hooping for a while, do you feel like you showed them like I got it under control, like y'all ain't got to worry about it, like they kind of fell back on it now? They like, all right, man, don't do you.
Because I would say at Mott, it was more like the confusion of just being out of high school, finding yourself as a man.
Right,
you feel me? Like growing into a different person. So it was like a whole bunch of different shit was getting through at me. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I don't really know. I'm doing all right on the court, but I'm doing all right in music, but like, you feel me?
So do you feel like you giving both of them 100% though?
No, I could never. I couldn't. Now I can. I'm gonna just rap now because I didn't graduate. I'm about to have my degree in a couple weeks. So it's like, I feel like I didn't accomplish. Yeah.
I gotta commend that, man. I gotta listen, real quick, not to cut you off or whatever, but the fact, like, that's why I was talking about personality. A lot of people who don't know you and will see you, they wouldn't even know you went to college.
Yeah.
They'll just judge you based on how you look. And shouts out to Bankroll, you know, like he was telling me, you know, like he playing basketball and went to school.
We kind of had the same road.
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm saying. So the fact you about to get your degree, like, that's big. Like, I respect that because, you know, people always trying to judge rappers like, oh, they just they just ignorant. They can't read. They, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, you know, so I big you up on that, man. Like, that's big.
Yeah, I kind of credit my mama and them for that, though, because, like,
shouts out to mama.
In ways, it's like, my mama was the first person telling me I could sing. Like, I'm in, like, I got music class. I'm so shy, nervous and shit. I walk around the house singing. Like, I get that shit from them. Like, just melodizing, doing this and that. She the first. I was the first person writing back. Like, you know, like in first grade and shit, you got to write a front and back paper. I'm writing that bitch in cursive. You feel me? Like, I was so bad in school, though. Like, all this shit. Like, I feel like everything happened how it happened for me to become who I am. Like, I'm already was good at writing. I already could have the vocals, you feel me? Right. I already could talk. So it's like, and my mama always was like, you can do that. It's just on you. I'm like.
So your mama, she support the music. She didn't try to steer you?
Yeah, I could say they did. Like, at the beginning, I could say I was like 14 when I first got my studio at the crib. They so tough, like I got a tough love family. Like, you gotta show them you good at what you're doing. You feel
right,
me?
otherwise you just talking.
Yeah, otherwise you just saying it. So I got the studio back there. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna start rapping. They like, yeah, okay. Laughing. I'm back there recording shit. They laughing and shit.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, like my sister, my brother-in-law, my mama, and my dad, they used to be joking around. I'm like, yeah, ma, I'm 15 at the time, so this is different. I'm like, yeah, ma, I got a show next week, and they give me $200. You know, so she like, oh, you make your own money now? I'm like, yeah. So that was a good feeling.
So now from then until now, and they see like all the music you put out, the consistency, they see it now. Like, what do they say? Like,
it ain't nothing to say, cause like I feed myself off this shit now. Like,
right. I'm
grown. Like, that's the first thing, and then like they see what I'm doing. I'm doing good in school. Like, I'm finna get a degree. I can say that all night. Like, that's a good feeling.
Yeah.
Me and him was just talking about that. Like,
what you getting a degree in?
Business. So everything work hand in hand. You know.
Right.
Like, at the end of the day, like, everything working hand in hand in my life. I always had a plan. I feel like I done stuck to it no matter the ups and downs of it. So like,